And that leads me to a song that has become very, very popular on, well, our bluegrass shows that I do with the Navy Band, also the shows that I do on Monday night with Horton's Happy Hour. And it's become a very popular song with a lot of people. The storyline, I think, is what draws everyone in. But then the combination, and you're such a skilled songwriter at this, and not everyone can do this, is line up that melody with the right chord progression to really bring the emotion out of the words. The song has to be there, the lines, but the song as a whole is really there with a Canary song. And the chord progression to me, from the very first moment I heard it, takes me to the only way I know to describe it is just a magical place that's just away. It's just right there, but it's away. And it's such an emotional song for me to even sing sometimes. But I wanted to find out right there the conversation or the ideas that led to the writing of a Canary song.
Well, it's funny. I wrote that with Garth Brooks, and
never heard of it.
There was this. Yeah, I think you knew that. There was this script floating around to all the publishing companies in town, a movie script. Next of Kin, Patrick Swayze was in it, and so everybody was trying to write songs for this movie script to get him in the film. And the first scene of it. Patrick Swayze's the Chicago cop, and I'm from Chicago, and he's grown up in Appalachia in the coal country, and he's encountering this guy who's holed up in his uptown apartment, and who's also come from Appalachia, and he's kind of having a meltdown, and Swayze's trying to talk him down. And I used to live right sort of adjacent to that neighborhood in Chicago, and so I got into that idea of trying to write something from that guy's point of view, who had come from this sort of pastoral existence as a child, but then ended up in this really city, almost kind of a slum area. And I remembered when I was a little kid, we used to go to the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago, and underneath the museum is a coal mine. They dug the elevator shaft and then a parallel shaft out into a coal seam. There's a real coal seam down there, and I remembered getting the extra ticket to go down there and riding on this little coal car that went down the track, and they illuminated certain things along the way. And one of the first things you see is a little cage with a fake canary in it. Wow. And it says, they used to bring canaries down in the mine as basically as air monitors, because the canary had a higher metabolism, was more sensitive to anything going wrong with the air supply down there. Yeah. So if the canary started to be in distress, they knew they had to get the heck out because the air was going bad. And I just thought it was that idea, and this guy, in this foreign place, just seemed like such a beautiful metaphor. That canary was a metaphor for his life and his, well-being. And so, yeah, I kind of had that. I tweaked on that, and I brought that idea to Garth, and we just sat and hashed it out, and came up with that little bass line that goes with it too. It's instead of just so it's an A minor, and the bass line just kind of goes down stepwise, chromatically. So it just kind of goes down like that. I really like that it wasn't just the standard G, C, and D stuff. It
Yeah.
was moving in half steps through that progression, but it was, the minor chords seemed right place to start for it, and so it had that feel, but it also had a little bit more movement going on than you would normally hear in like a country or bluegrass song, or
Right.
the majority of them anyway.
Exactly. That
So I
walk
love that.
down has led. Well, the walk down leads into those extended chords that, I can't name them. I just play what I enjoy hearing.
I couldn't tell you what all their names are either.
Okay, good.